Okay, picture this. It's 2026. Not that far away, right? And a new piece of tech comes out that completely changes how we talk to each other. They're calling it the ultimate speaking hack, and yeah, it could mean the end of stage fright. For good.
So to really get what that means, let's just ask a really simple question. You know that feeling? The gut wrench, the sweaty palms? We all call it stage fright. What if it just, poof, went away? Seriously, what if the one thing that holds so many of us back from just getting our ideas out there was just gone? A relic of the past.
Right. So before we can even talk about a solution that big, we really have to get our heads around the size of the problem itself. And I'm talking about that deep, very real, very human fear of the podium. And look, the scale here is, well, it's kind of staggering. A full 77%. That's how much of the population deals with some kind of anxiety about public speaking. I mean, think about that. That's more than 3 out of every 4 people you know. This is not some little niche fear we're talking about. This is basically a universal part of being human.
And these fears, man, they're so relatable, aren't they? We've all been there. That horrible moment when your mind just goes completely blank right in the middle of a sentence. Or that feeling of all those eyes just staring, judging everything you say. Or what about when your voice starts to shake and you just can't control it? Yeah, those are the things that can take a totally brilliant idea and just crush it.
Okay, so if the problem is that universal, what's the fix? Well, for that, let's jump back into our time machine to the very near future. Welcome to 2026, where technology might just have a radical, and I mean radical, solution to this ancient problem.
And when you think about it, this progression just makes total sense, right? Back in the 2010s, tech gave us social media, and we all became mass communicators. Then, in the early 2020s, AI got really good at generating content on a massive scale. So you can see where this is going. We're standing right on the edge of the next big leap.
And this is the perfect way to frame that shift. We've got tools that'll write our emails, our reports, heck, even our speeches. So technology has pretty much solved the puzzle of what we say. But the next frontier, the big unsolved piece, is how we say it. You know, with confidence, with clarity, with real impact. And that's, right there, is where this next leap takes us. It's this wild hypothetical breakthrough that we're going to dig into, the ultimate speaking hack.
So what even is this thing? Okay, imagine a tiny, super discrete AI coprocessor. The best way to think of it is like a co-pilot, but for your voice. It's not writing your speech for you, no. It's right there with you, in the moment, as you're talking. It's analyzing your pacing, helping refine your tone, and just steadying your delivery while you're live.
Now, the whole idea behind a tech like this is absolutely crucial. This isn't about creating a bunch of robotic AI speakers. Not at all. It's about taking a real person with their own unique ideas and personality and just giving them the tools to get past the anxiety that holds them back. The key word here is empowerment, not replacement. Okay, I know what you're probably thinking. This all sounds a little bit like science fiction, right? So how would something like this even work in the real world? Let's break down how it could actually function.
So the process would probably be super intuitive. First, you just put in your main ideas, what you want to get across. The AI then helps you map out the flow. But step 3, this is the real game changer. It syncs up with your biofeedback. We're talking heart rate, breathing, all of it, to know exactly how nervous you are in real time. Then, while you're speaking, it gives you these tiny, subtle cues, maybe a little vibration on your wrist to tell you, hey, slow down a bit, or a soft, quiet tone in a tiny earpiece that's just for you, suggesting you take a breath before you make that really big point.
You know what? Here's the absolute simplest way to picture it. A normal teleprompter, it just shows you words. This is like a dynamic teleprompter for your thoughts, your tone, your timing, your entire delivery. It's not just feeding you lines. It's gently nudging you on when to pause, how to really hit a point home, and reminding you to breathe when it senses those nerves kicking in.
I mean, the potential here feels almost limitless, right? A world where basically anyone could give a perfect presentation. But, and this is a big but, that brings up a much bigger, more philosophical question. If we engineer a world without nerves, what else might we be losing in the process?
And you can really see both sides of this coin so clearly. On the one hand, the promise is incredible. We're talking about democratizing confidence, where the best ideas actually went out, not just the ideas from the loudest, most confident speakers. But then there's the other side, the peril. And it's just as real. Do we lose that raw authenticity you get when someone's a little bit vulnerable? Are we trading away a fundamental human skill just for some techie convenience? And you gotta ask, is a speech that's totally perfect even human anymore?
So It really all boils down to this one crucial point. Where is the line? There's a really fine balance between a tool that helps us, that assists us, and a crutch that just automates us. One of them empowers our humanity, and the other, well, the other might just chip away at it. And figuring out where that boundary is, that's the whole challenge.
And that leaves us with one final, pretty heavy question to chew on. If we actually create a tool that perfects our communication, a tool that sands off all the rough edges, all the nerves, all the hesitation, what essential part of ourselves, what little piece of our shared humanity gets sanded off right along with it?